Whew. What is happening, everybody on YouTube? It is Trillist97 here with another second video about Armor King. Today I'm going to be talking about 5.01. The latest patch came out like 2 weeks ago, and my opinions on it, meh. Nothing special. Obviously all the stuff that I mentioned before. I'm just going to go over a quick rundown of it. What I sort of asked them to... Well, it's not like I asked Namco, buff this, nerf that. Like, they're just things that I thought could have been improved, or still couldn't be improved. I mentioned down forward 1+2. Not really a big fan of the move. It has grown on me, but it's still not that great. Because as you can see, he comes out at 23, 24 frames. It's not his only homing move, that's the thing. So that's why I mentioned I'm not really a big fan of it. Crouch dash 4. Again, good move. You can do a lot with it. Oki's good. But the range. Let me give you a quick example. Look at that. that has clearly hit Anna's face. You know, there was one thing I mentioned, forgot to mention actually. Down back 1+2. This is actually a very good move. I actually like this move. Because on guard, it's +5. It's not that slow of a move either, so you can really get some pressure with this. I have mentioned that Armor King's frames aren't the greatest, but I don't actually think they're that bad. You have forward 4, you have forward 3. Obviously, you have his jabs. You have 2-1. It's only -1, but it's still safe. I don't actually think his frames are that bad. I just think it's the speed of his attacks. But no, the main thing that was buffed in 5.1 were the tech rolls. So certain burning knuckle setups, which I don't actually use that much. The only one I've tried to use is this one, but I haven't really practiced this. This is something that I've tried to make on the spot. It just doesn't connect. So it's the same with King. His burning knuckle setups are going to be a little different now that the tech roll is different. But I think what I tried to do before, which I managed to get it to connect before online, is take a step back and then try and hit it. But as you can see, the tech roll fucks it. So it's going to be a little hard trying to get these setups to work. Like in the previous patch, that would have connected, but they've done something to it. I think it really depends on wall pressure as well, because Akuma took a hit with these wall combos, but Akuma was broken, so it kind of needed to happen. But not just that, his rage drive, which sucks, I consider it to be one of the worst. I don't think it's that bad. It's not the worst. It's just that it's a high and it's unblockable, but it's not really an attack you can throw out to finish the game off. So I don't really see it as something that can change the game, unless you really know how to condition your opponent to kind of like pull this off. But wait, hold on, let me get rage on first, because the problem with the rage drive before was that you could be like in front of the person and your throw wouldn't connect because it's still too far away. But now what they've done is that the opponent now is a lot closer. So say like you try and do giant swing, that grab won't whiff. You don't really need to be that close for a grab to connect. It really depends on the grab though. You see? I don't really need to dash forward because, albeit, like I said, not the greatest of rage drives because it is a high. You literally can just duck this. If you jump, you won't be able to grab them. I guess you can pick them up off the floor. But again, I haven't tried that. But that's it. That's all they buffed. Like I said, crouch dash fall needs to be buffed. Flipping down forward 1+2. Just a few moves that don't make him so poke oriented. Like Tekken 6, Tekken Tag Tournament 2. There are a lot of moves that literally would create launches. His Snake Edge would launch, not just on counter hit. They've made it now where you have to work a lot harder in order to actually get some launches happening. Like Dark Upper, you're not always gonna have to pull off. Like you're not always gonna have the ability to get that working because, well, it's all about whiffing. Well, the opponent whiffing, not so much you. Like I like his counter hit game, but again, that's all based on whiffing and how well you can read the opponent. So I like how they're still making changes. Tekken 8, I feel like will come out, if not next year, the year after. But I've seen somewhere that it's going to come out next year, so I'm still quite surprised they're still updating this game. But to be fair, I still think Karma King is quite solid. Everything I've mentioned before in the, what was it, the new patch 5.0, it's still decent. Like he's not lacking any of the legacy problems. But down black 1+2, it's still a solid move. Something I just need to keep throwing out a lot more often. I like how he is poke oriented, but again, somebody that's so defensive, somebody that requires the player to understand the game is something that is quite demanding. He's definitely one of the harder characters in the game. Not the hardest, but one of the harder characters. I like execution though. Just be fully warned that if you decide to pick up this guy for whatever reason, it will test your knowledge and your ability to play Tekken. So yeah, that's it really. So hope you guys have a good day, and more Tekken content to come out in the future, so stay tuned.